The ocean does not care if you are afraid. The storm does not care if you are tired. And the world does not stop because you are in pain. 1,000 years ago, a group of people mastered the art of surviving the impossible. They navigated oceans without compasses. They built civilizations in the ice, and they became the greatest symbol of resilience history has ever known. We call them Vikings. But this is not a history lesson. This is a rescue mission for your mind. In a modern world filled with anxiety, weakness, and noise, you have forgotten how strong you are supposed to be. Americans share a spirit with these ancient navigators, the spirit of the pioneer, the explorer, the builder. But that spirit is sleeping. In the next 30 minutes, we are going to wake it up. I am going to give you 7 Viking truths. These are not just myths. They are psychological weapons supported by modern science, Stoic philosophy, and the wisdom of the East. Truth number 4 will change how you deal with your pain forever. And truth number 7 explains the meaning of your life. Turn off your notifications. Close the door. We are leaving the shore. Imagine being in the middle of the North Atlantic. No land, no stars, just gray fog for weeks. Panic sets in. You are lost. This is where most men break. This is depression. This is anxiety. When you cannot see the sun, you lose hope. But the Vikings had a secret technology. They possessed a crystal called the Solarstein, the sunstone. Even on the cloudiest day, a navigator could hold this crystal up to the gray sky, and it would polarize the light, revealing exactly where the invisible sun was hidden behind the clouds. They trusted the stone, more than they trusted their own eyes. Modern psychology calls this the meaning mindset. Viktor Frankl, a survivor of the darkest camps in history, said, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." Your purpose is your sunstone. You don't need to see the outcome to know the direction. You don't need to see the success to keep rowing. Let's test this. I want you to breathe in. Ask yourself, what is the one thing you would die to protect? Is it your children? Is it your honor? Is it your art? That is your sunstone. When life gets foggy, stop looking at the waves. Look at the stone. Navigate by principle, not by mood. The single most famous Viking tactic was the skjaldborg, the shield wall, shoulder to shoulder, wood overlapping wood. If one man stepped back, the line broke. If one man ran, everyone died. They knew a truth that modern men have forgotten. Isolation is death. In America today, we face an epidemic of loneliness. We try to be the lone wolf. But biologically, humans are pack animals. When you are alone, your brain produces cortisol, the stress hormone. You are constantly in survival mode. It destroys your body. But when you stand with trusted brothers, your brain releases oxytocin. The fear center of your brain quiets down. Who is in your shield wall? Look at your friends. Are they holding the line, or are they letting the enemy through? The Buddha called this kalyana mitata, spiritual friendship. You do not need an army. You need 3 people who will not step back when the arrows fly. Find them, keep them, protect them. The Vikings were not mindless barbarians screaming in rage. They were poets. They were thinkers. They left behind a guide called the Havamal, the sayings of the High One. Listen to this ancient advice from verse 23. The unwise man is awake all night, worrying about everything. When morning comes, he is worn out, and his trouble is just as it was. Does that sound familiar? Insomnia, overthinking, the racing mind at 3 a.m. The Vikings knew that discipline is the cure for anxiety. Modern psychology calls this cognitive restructuring. You must train your mind like you sharpen a blade. Here is the protocol. 1. Control your tongue. The Havamal says, Too much ale and a man's heart is laid open for all to see. Keep your plans silent until they are done. 2. Control your morning. Rise before the sun. The Vikings believed early rising was the only way to beat the lazy fate. 3. Control your reaction. When anger rises, let it sit. Silence is not empty, my friend. It is full of answers. Now, we must talk about the fire, the berserkers, warriors who entered a trance state of pure focus and aggression. They felt no pain. They felt no fear. They bit their shields. Society tells you that your anger is bad, that your aggression is toxic. So you push it down. You hide it. And what happens? It eats you from the inside, turning into depression and weakness. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, called this the shadow. He said, "No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." The Viking code does not say, "Don't be angry." It says, "Harness the monster." Use your aggression to attack your goals. Use your anger to lift heavier weights. Use your fire to protect your family. A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a dangerous man who has his monster under control. Don't kill the berserker inside you. Give him a job to do. The king of the Viking gods was Odin. He was not just a god of war. He was the god of wisdom. But wisdom came at a terrible price. The legend says Odin plucked out his own eye and dropped it into the well of Mimir, just for a single drink of knowledge. He hung himself from the world tree Yggdrasil for 9 nights, wounded and starving, just to understand the runes. What is the lesson here? Transformation requires sacrifice. You want a better life? Fine. What are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up your comfort? Are you willing to give up your weekends? Are you willing to give up the version of you that is lazy and afraid? You cannot be reborn until the old you dies. America was built by people who sacrificed their old lives in Europe for a chance at a new one. That sacrifice is in your DNA. Stop asking what you can get. Start asking what you can give. The Vikings had a concept called word. Fate. They believed that the length of your life was woven by the Norns at the moment of your birth. You could not change the day of your death. To the modern mind, this sounds scary. But to the Viking, it was freedom. Think about it. If the date of your death is already written, then why be afraid of anything? Why fear the virus? Why fear the failure? Why fear the judgment? It is out of your hands. The Stoics called this amor fati, love your fate. The Buddha taught equanimity. The storm will come whether you worry or not. The Viking does not scream at the wind. He adjusts the sail. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Stop trying to control the universe. Just control your steering. And finally, the 7th truth. The Vikings believed in Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. They believed the world would eventually end, that even the gods would die, that darkness would win. But, and this is the most beautiful part, they fought anyway. They didn't fight because they were guaranteed to win. They fought because it was the right thing to do. This is the definition of integrity: to build a business, to raise a family, to be a good man, even when the world seems like it's falling apart. You do not need a guarantee of success to start. You just need the courage to begin. Someday, your story will end. Someday, your name will be spoken for the last time. What will that story be? Will they say you hid in the harbor? Or will they say you sailed into the storm? You are now carrying the code. The sunstone for purpose, the shield wall for connection, the discipline of silence, the berserker's fire, Odin's sacrifice, the acceptance of word, and the courage to fight until the end. The psychological tools are in your hands. The ancient blood is in your veins. The American spirit of the pioneer is awake. The shore is behind you now. The open ocean awaits. This is Mind Sky. Stay strong, stay unbreakable, and I will see you in Valhalla.